Welcome back to Hannity. So in 1975, Hillary Clinton, then a public defense attorney, she defended a 41-year-old man that was accused of raping a 12-year-old girl. Now, in the 1980s, Clinton proudly talked about the experience, kind of bragged about it, and kind of let on that she knew he was guilty. Watch this.
Remember that case I recommended that guy? It was a fascinating case. It was a really interesting case. This guy was accused of raping a 12-year-old. It took a lie to take the test. I had to take a polygraph. And she passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
How did it turn out?
Oh, he argued. Got it off. It was time served in the county jail. He was in the county jail about 2 months.
Now, years later, DailyMail.com allegedly tracked down the 12-year-old victim. Her name's Kathy Shelton. Now, here's what she has to say about Hillary Clinton. Watch this.
It would be very hard for me not to walk up and smack her. I know that sounds mean. She put me through a lot at 12 years old. I mean, I had to go look through this window and ID these guys. I just want to know, you got a daughter and a grandbaby. What happens if that daughter of yours, if that would have been her, and they pulled you in at that time to do that? What would you do? You would have protected her. It's horrible, you know, because she's supposed to be for women and children, and here she is saying, well, I know they did it, but I defended them anyway. And I think she got them both off on the technicality of losing something, and she lost it on purpose. It wasn't lost. How could all this stuff get lost all of a sudden? I tried to get the hospital records, and they supposedly been lost in a flood. And as you have told me, you tried to get the police report, and it was lost in a flood. Supposedly that's what happened to this too. I don't think she's for women or girls. I think she's lying. I think she's doing anything she can to get in the campaign and win.
Here with reaction, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark, Fox News contributor Rick Grinnell, and Trump campaign advisor postal Kellyanne Conway. Here's the very disturbing part. Forget about, she's now talking, all right, that's separate and apart, but this interview she gives to me is the bigger deal. It's not this interview. Because she actually said, oh, I had the guy take a polygraph test, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in a polygraph.
She's talking about the polygraph, not the victim, who was 12 years old.
She's talking about believing that he's guilty.
That's right.
And working to get him off what would have been a 30-year sentence, which she succeeded at.
She was very proud of her skill. Sean, let's make Kathy Shelton a household name. If this woman has so courageously come forward to tell her story, and Hillary Clinton is trying to get to the White House on her, quote, record that I can't find, her phantom record on helping women and children, yet this girl was a child, 12 years old, and let's go over the facts for a moment. She had accused this man of rape. Hillary Clinton, as the public defender, had this girl, she made her relive the entire episode, has submitted her to psychiatric evaluation, and then said she was, quote, seeking out older men. This is also the Hillary Clinton.
12-year-old girl.
12-year-old girl. That is a girl. You've had one, I have, that is a girl, and she re-victimized her, and I'm so tired of hearing how Hillary Clinton is an advocate for women and children, that the entire DNC theme was what? She never stops fighting for women, she never stops fighting for children. By the way, where's the evidence of that? You've got all the millions of women in poverty and their children in poverty, but when it comes to the people like Kathy Shelton, she re-victimized her, and I think people should really focus on that.
You know, and several points during the tape of Hillary, again, I'm focused more on the Hillary tape here, Sheriff, she's laughing at the most inappropriate moments. At the crime lab's accidental destruction of DNA evidence, which is believed had semen and blood of the man that was accused, that eventually she got off, that she thought did it.
Sean, Mrs. Bill Clinton is morally bankrupt. I think America's starting to understand that. First of all, I want to commend that victim for having the courage to want to relive this thing in a very public fashion. But for Mrs. Bill Clinton to sit up there, now she was a defense attorney at the time. She's supposed to defend her client. We all get that. But for her to blame a 12-year-old girl as being the sexual aggressor was disgusting. Look, we do everything that we can to protect victims of rape, in these court proceedings, and we put them through as little as we have to get a conviction. But to go out there and do what she did, to trash them, I guess she was looking down the road because she's been defending the sexual predator nature of her husband and the sexual assault allegations against her husband, Bill Clinton, for a long time. And she's done the same thing, trash the reputation of the victim. That is reprehensible.
What's your reaction, Rick?
Look, I think this is a big theme of Hillary Clinton. She will literally lie and do anything for personal gain. It doesn't matter if it's an individual who is 12 years old, who is standing between her and a successful legal case, or the American people who she can constantly look at us and lie to us about sending classified information. This is a lifelong theme of both of them, both the Clintons, who absolutely have looked at the American people on two different occasions when we were in crisis over what they had done, and they look at us and they lie. This is a absolute tagline of lying Hillary that is extremely accurate from the beginning of her career.
She's very
beyond
cavalier. She's
though.
cackling.
She's laughing and bragging and
Yes.
and saying, "Look, if I was a lawyer, and everyone has the right to a defense, but I don't have to be a lawyer. And if I think you're guilty of raping a 12-year-old girl, and I think I could use
You don't take the
my
case.
capacity as a great attorney to get you off, I'm not doing that for anybody." Ever.
Well, yeah, the tape makes it sound like it's all in a day's work for her, Sean, and that it's just one more notch
Bragging
on her
about it.
ladder to power eventually. Bragging about her skills, being very cavalier towards the victim, and I actually think going a little too far in puffing herself up. You know, sometimes there are tragedies and there's nothing to do about it, but here I feel like she's pretty complicit. And let me just add one more thing. When she was Secretary of State, women in the office were paid 72 cents for every male dollar. She, you look at what happened with the Clinton Foundation in Haiti. I mean, she's constantly telling groups of voters that Donald Trump is bad for you and I will protect you. And the evidence is elsewise, whether it's women who are 12 years old as rape victims or the people of Haiti who are waiting for billions of dollars in
All
relief that
the
never
women that were
came.
victimized by Bill Clinton's
Well,
smeared slander.
Sean, let's not forget the
Sean,
600
I'd like to.
girls
Sheriff?
who were
Rick?
raped
Sean.
and kidnapped by Boko Haram.
right.
All right. Thank you all for being with us. Coming up,